If you experience or witness harassment or discrimination, you are strongly encouraged to report it internally. Go to your supervisor, go to your director. In our system, during these circumstances, you have the right to go right to the executive director. You do not have to use that chain of command. If you're uh, being harassed, uh, you can say it's your supervisor that's harassing you. You can go to any level of the organization that you choose and that you are comfortable with. Behavior does not need to violate the law to violate our policy. Complaints may be made verbally, through email, or by calling Mitratech, formerly Lighthouse Services. We're going to be changing the handbook. They changed their name to Mitratech. We think Lighthouse was a better name, but I digress. But you still have the ability to call them at 833 687 0009. And you can make an anonymous incident report over that system. Now, you might be thinking, well, if it's anonymous, how do they solve this program? We can have a conversation with that anonymous party uh, through Mitratech's system. So, an anonymous person makes a complaint. We can write back to that anonymous person without knowing their identity and ask some clarifying questions. Where did this happen? How long ago? What was the, give us details of the harassment, things like that, and we still won't know your your identity. So it's a great system. We encourage you to use it for all kinds of reports. If you see financial fraud, if you see discrimination, harassment, retaliation, anything like that, you're free to use Mitratech, and you don't have to memorize that name of the company. The number right now is the same at 833 687 0009, and very soon we'll see if their website changed. Probably if you go to the website that's in the handbook, it'll just redirect you to the correct website, because you can make uh, website incident reports as well. And you can also do it in Spanish. There's a Spanish platform you can do that as well. All complaints will be treated equally regardless of how they are reported. Next slide, please. What should I do if I witness it? Anyone who witnesses or becomes aware of potential instances of sexual harassment should report it to a supervisor, manager, human resources, and like I said, your director, or clear to the executive director if you so wish. It is unlawful for an employer to retaliate against you for reporting suspected sexual harassment or assisting in any investigation. Next slide, please. Anyone who engages in sexual harassment, discrimination, or retaliation will be disciplined. Any investigation or any complaint will be commenced promptly and completed as soon as possible. The investigation will be kept confidential to the extent possible. It is illegal to retaliate against any employee for their participation in an investigation. And there again, I also will say, if you're approached by HR or director to participate in an investigation of this nature, you do not have the choice to say no. You must participate as an employee. It's a it's a part of your employment that you will participate in investigations of this nature. You cannot plead the fifth uh, in these cases. So uh, please be knowledgeable about that. You will be asked to participate if that comes up, and you won't be retaliated. against for participating. Discrimination is intersectional, and often multiple identities impact our perceptions in the workplace and the treatment of coworkers. Any harassment or discrimination based on a protected characteristic is prohibited in the workplace and may lead to disciplinary action against the perpetrator. Let me just remind you of some of the protected classes that are written into law. Uh, age, race, creed, color, national origin, sexual orientation, military status, sex, disability, marital status, domestic violence victim status, gender identity or expression, familial status, predisposing genetic characteristics, and criminal history. You cannot harass people or discriminate against people based on those and many other uh, things. Uh, you cannot say to someone, "Oh, you were in the military." I despise people in the military because they shoot guns. You can't say something like that. Better to just keep your opinion along those lines to yourself. So that would be a form of illegal conduct. And that brings us to the very next to last slide. Uh, we exceed the legal standard here at MHA. Uh, we we follow the lead of our executive director, who will not tolerate such behavior and will have us investigate this immediately. So be aware that your executive team is on your side and on the whole company side to keep it a safe place, free of sexual harassment. Now, I need you to get your phones ready, and because the QR code is coming up right now, and you need to verify that you were in this session. So we're going to keep that on the screen for 3 minutes or so. Take a screenshot of that and make sure that you scan in. It's a short attestation. You can do it in 30 seconds, and it lets us know that you were at the 2025 sexual harassment training. And with that, we'll keep that on the screen, but I'm going to hand the microphone back to Angela.
Thank you, Steve, for doing that. As I mentioned, it is a training we do annually. It's a good reminder for all of us that as an agency, we do not tolerate these types of behaviors. Being with the agency over 21 years, we've only had a couple cases where this allegation has been brought forward. And just so everybody is aware, as Steve pointed out, we take it very seriously. We investigate every single one. Even if the individual says, how could this possibly be made against me? We still investigate because we also have to look at, is there something else going on? Is there something around supervision? Is there something around frustration? Doesn't make it right, but sometimes it's not even meeting the definition of sexual harassment, but there's something else going on. Just how someone might talk to another person, how somebody might, you know, communicate, and we want to look at that as well. When someone's afraid to go to their supervisor or afraid to bring up an issue, that kind of stuff. So we always look at communication. We always look at how people are treated. And some of you are new, but just so everybody's aware, I meet with the board of directors, who are my supervisors, every other month, and there's a standing agenda item which is called an executive session. And that executive session is when no recording takes place. Only myself is in the executive session. So Nicole will be starting in that role. She'll attend every board meeting to take minutes. At that point, she will actually be asked to leave if there is an executive session. And so that's where those conversations take place. So if you ever think that we just get it and then we just kind of put it under the carpet, I bring it up to the board of directors every single time we have one of those complaints. And like I said, it's rare, but I still make sure that my actual bosses are aware that we are investigating, because we take it seriously. So it's not that we are in a position to not address it. Sometimes we do reach out to our legal counsel to say, you know, what are our grounds, what are our obligations, what can we do to support this person? And that's why we often will recommend additional trainings, different things, just how someone's experience is. Sometimes someone will come back and say, you know, the investigation did not result in any findings, but it's that person's experience. How can we support that person? So I always want to remind people that we do have the employee assistance program. We did introduce a new program for our EAP based on Catholic Charities not doing it anymore. And I think for the most part, the feedback I'm getting is very positive that the EAP, not only with some of the trainings, I know that Carol has been sending out, remember, those are to be done on your own time, but if it's during the day and you want to use that as your lunch break, please talk to your supervisor, just because we might need to find you a quieter spot if you're sharing an office, but just know that that's available for you as well. And as Steve said, we obviously take all of that seriously. So during the presentation, I did get some emails from supervisors stating that some staff that would be getting retro, would we be able to do a separate check? We'll look into that. I think they consider it a separate payroll, which then becomes a cost to the agency, but we will look into that, see if there's anything we can do for those retro amounts that will be from the payday of October 19th. So we are looking into that. So please do not hesitate to reach out to HR, myself. We're here. You know, if my door is closed because I'm not in the office, you know, they'll be able to find me. So please, please, please ask questions, share concerns. You know, we want you to have joy in work, to be able to come. And with that, there's a lot of joy that comes from the team building day. So who would like to finish up the meeting with sharing where we're at with team building and next steps?
Well, hi.
Go ahead,
Um,
Amanda.
so on behalf of the team building committee, we're very excited. I know that the save the date was sent out. The formal invite will be going out soon. I've been here for almost 4 years, and every year I feel like it's held in September typically. This year it's going to be October, so it's fall harvest theme. So think fall. The committee has been really collaborating and gathering really great ideas for some games and contests, and also incorporating some team building activities, so everyone can enjoy that. There's going to be great food, just a great environment. It will be at the same location as last year, which is really great. It's a great space. We're hoping for really great weather. Also, as a reminder, we are looking for additional feedback and ideas that anybody within the agency can have. So we are opening our meeting tomorrow. It's taking place via Zoom. It's at 10 a.m. or it might be Teams, sorry. But I did send out the invite. So anybody that's interested and wants to hear some ideas or share some things, any feedback from previous years that we can incorporate into this year, we would appreciate it. So again, it's tomorrow at 10 a.m.
Excellent. Thank you, Amanda. So as a reminder, it is on October 3rd, which is a Friday. Keep in mind that we do not mandate people attend, but you would have to use your own time if you're choosing not to attend the event. We just want some people that might feel anxious around a larger group of individuals, but it is a lot of fun. It is a great opportunity to connect with people that you might not see every day because of where you're located in the agency. So you might be in Port Jervis or Newburgh or Middletown. You never get to really coordinate with some people that are in other buildings. So it is a fun day. A lot of time and energy goes into the setting it up, the activities. We will be having the same food truck that we've had for the last couple of years, but obviously, you know, changing it up sometimes based on the theme and based on feedback from you guys. So when you get an opportunity to give feedback for the planning or feedback post, you know, please just remember a lot of work, a lot of energy goes in. And if you have some suggestions, please join the meeting tomorrow. You know, you got the opportunity to inject some great ideas and energy. So we appreciate everybody putting it together. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Anything else before we close for today? I'm going to give back 40 minutes because we technically set ourselves up to go to 11:30, but we're gonna end it at 10:50. Have a great day, and we'll see you all soon at team building. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.